about to do a podcast with this guy.
Yo. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being tuned. Oh shit, that's what's up.
Easy.
Man, love.
How people like back in the day they used to like get like
Where is it at?
pictures and stuff of them.
Where is
with,
this going?
all of those
It's gonna be on YouTube. I'm gonna put it on YouTube right now.
It's gonna be on YouTube. Oh, it's on YouTube right now?
Well,
no
yeah, I'm
one
gonna put it on
knows
YouTube after we
anything
do
about
the
you.
editing and shit. It'll be up on there.
A name.
It's about to be on YouTube.
Like back in the day, like 1800s before, people used to get paintings of them with all of this stuff in their
That's what it looked
house,
like.
and statues made of them, so that their legacy could still go on and still, go down the line. People would know who they are and what they had. Nobody did that.
You say you need some good
She
questions
was like,
from
she
the
wanted to
host.
ask
Oh
about
shit,
it.
that's what's up.
Up on the wine.
They're coming. Them motherfuckers is coming. Don't
Wait,
even worry
into the
about it.
wine?
I
It's like, sure, we can talk right now. We can do it
Yeah,
right
shit, right?
can't.
You use one little can holders on them. You want to?
Can,
Yeah.
I went to Disneyland today.
Oh.
If you didn't know that about me.
This man goes places. Hey Jay,
Yeah.
can you check the computer real quick? I just saw something pop up.
Oh shit! It fell. He said this is too legendary for me.
Who?
I'm on live.
Oh, okay.
What is the red flower? The red flower is fire. Y'all ever seen Jungle Book? The Jungle Book? They call the red flower fire. They never ever call it fire. They just always refer to it as the red flower. They call it red flower fire. They never ever call it fire. They just
I honestly don't know if your thing is recording or not.
Oh, we forgot to mention the Jungle Book. They remade the Jungle Book.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was hard as fuck.
Alright, let me check.
Oh, we forgot to mention the Jungle Book. They remade the Jungle Book.
Why just
So it's
stop?
live, but it's like 10 seconds off. Just 10 seconds off.
Are you afraid of dark?
Tripod.
Damn, how would I explain that?
Explain what?
I used to be afraid of the dark. Really, but I mean like internal darkness, not external darkness. So, love, man.
Oh. It's a massive.
Just gonna keep going. But yeah, are you afraid of darkness? About internal darkness and facing yourself, you know? And there's nothing to be afraid of. There's those lines in there. What the hell are you afraid of? Is it hell? Because people living their lives all in fear. I mean, everything I've done so far has really been my expression of how I face my own fear, pretty much. And that fear has pretty much been in facing my own shadows and facing my own darkness. I'm dealing with myself.
So you have done.
That's pretty. Are you afraid of darkness? Actually, one of my own favorite songs.
Super
I do shows out here in LA and shit. That's normally what I start off with. Is, are you afraid of dark?
Not watching
We can set
that.
off a
Oh my
smoke
God, I
machine
literally
and
said,
shit.
I thought it was gonna be one of those
I'll throw on this
stupid
black
comedies,
mask and come
like,
out
I
from
just,
behind the crowd and shit.
like,
with the smoke and the
Borat
fog
or
and all that
something, like I
shit.
just can't take it. It's like it doesn't make sense to me, so I was like, I'm not gonna watch it.
Get this episode. Get this episode in the second season. I was literally tripping out. And it was like one of those episodes where they go.
The album I'm working on now, it's called Garden of Eden, and it's kind of gonna be a continuation of the Art of Dying.
I literally was crying laughing because it was like.
Actually, just I guess ahead of a sneak peek or something.
Death.
I'm making a song called Thrill of It, which is a follow-up to Art of
And
It.
she was like speaking silently to her friend. She was
Don't tell nobody, though.
I think there'll be some folks that kind of get a whiff of that. I don't know where.
Where
they might have heard that information from, but it might be there.
Yeah. She's silent it all. And then she,
So from the last single, like, we were listening to earlier today, what was you? A lot of symbology. They did a lot of, like,
Set a Fire?
She's just going back and forth. And you can just see it on the screen.
So when I wrote Set a Fire, I was really like,
and I'm like losing my mind.
I was tripping, Greg.
Like,
I'm dating this girl, and she started dancing. Like I support that full-heartedly. Feel me? Like everybody have their path.
Okay. What type of dancing?
Like go dancing.
Oh, okay.
Level right now.
You know, pretty much. Yeah. So like,
it is what it is. Shit.
Yeah.
Everybody get $1, so I get it.
What do y'all watching?
Dealing with that, it's like having to turn something that's considered ugly and transmuting it into something beautiful.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, so I was just walking the streets. It's like midnight. Feel me? Like, and I know she's dancing.
We watched.
Feel me? Like, and I had to find a way to channel that negativity.
Yeah.
Positively. Feel me? Like, and after like wandering the streets of Long Beach all night, feel me? At some point, it just started coming to me like, how do I really feel about this? I have to put myself in her position. How can I make this beautiful? And the statement was, you know, you were doing your own thing. You ain't even taking calls. You sit back and let your phone ring. When nobody there for you, now you counting, now you adding up. And said they never hear from you. Now you know, feel me? Like that. Like that was me. That was me channeling that negativity into something beautiful, like so that I wouldn't, like, you know, turn it against her. You feel me? Like or any woman, really. That's like a female empowerment thing in a sense. Like,
it's weird too because you see people have that conversation where they'll be like, "Oh, it's degrading to women," but at the same time, like you talk to women who are actually dancing, it's like, "Well, I'm the one in charge.
Yeah,
I'm running. I got all these cats, male and females, throwing money to see me, to be in my presence just for a little bit."
Yeah,
it's that I can't think of anything more empowering.
And that's it. That's extremely empowering to pretty much get paid to exist.
Exactly.
And that's the power that a lot of women have.
Yeah.
You have the power to simply exist and like have everything. Like,
it's weird. It's like you see female sexuality shamed so much to the point where you got women who are dancing, whether it be like ballet dancers or whatever. I mean, there's an exotic kind of flair to it. But when you have like girls who like go-go dancers, who are stripping or whatever, it's like those ladies, it's so direct. Like you know what it is. There's no like, oh, take some art form. There's some art form, but at the same time, like you're selling sex.
Yeah,
you're selling it. It's right there. It's unedited. But yeah, like I've dated some young ladies who danced before, and it's like you said, man. It's like, I mean, in your mind, it's like she's out here grinding. Some dudes are trying to get a hold of her, but it's like at the end of the day, like she's altering their mind state, making them think like they're running this fantasy in their head. At the end of the day,
she's creating an illusion.
Yeah, it's an illusion.
And that's what makes it beautiful. And that's why it's if I was in that position, I wouldn't want anybody to degrade me or look less of me for using myself in that way. Right? Feel me? Like, and that's what the whole Set of Fire came from. And then the way it got expressed really was just, that was the first time that I had something to say. I had something on my chest, and there was no way I could rap about it. Like a rap, there was no way that I could rap and express that emotion. Yeah. Feel me? Like I had to pretty much cry about it. Yeah. I had to. Like I had to. Feel me? Like
it's a deeper song. Man. I think the message would have gotten lost. The message you were trying to get across would have gotten lost if you tried to rap it.
Yeah. You been doing your own thing. Yeah, right? You ain't even taking calls. You sit back and let the phone ring like it wouldn't have been the same.
Like no, you couldn't have like one of the hooks in the ad-libs. You used to hear a little Metro Boomin coming in. That wouldn't have done it.
Yeah. They always say, shout out Egypt, shout out Egypt, shout out Egypt. Yo, where's the is this filming?
Yeah.
Oh, it is filming?
It's right there.
I'm gonna put this on the screen. Shout out Egypt, because you said you wanted me to shout out Egypt, and now they can see that it was you specifically that told me to shout out Egypt, and I hope all your friends do fucking lose it. Like, I heard they building a new capital in Egypt that China gave like $20 billion to Egypt to build a new capital.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens from there. But like the connection is there, because I mean, if you go to the deserts in China, like all you see are these ancient pyramids that exist. And China is like, the government in China is not even worried about it because they're like really existing for thousands and thousands of years. They're not even worried about it. It was interesting, like there a couple of years ago, they had this scientific endeavor trying to figure out whether or not the Chinese government did. They were trying to state claim that they're their own people and they did not descend from anything. But like the further they went back, they went back there.
Yeah, man, because everything goes back to Africa. Yeah, that's why my name Heru is. And then just for the sake of this podcast, we're gonna even stop using the word Egypt. We use the word Kemet. Yeah. So like that's where I come from. That's what my family is all about. Yeah. And that's why my name is Heru.
Yeah. Speaking of that, next, like there's a lot of folks who don't know.
My phone died. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Could you put it on charger? Because when they show up and shit with our whiskey.
Yeah, we got folks coming through. We gotta re-up.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying they say you paused it. No,
it died. Yeah, my phone died in the live. You know what? I've never went live before, and I didn't expect people to actually start talking to me and shit.
That's crazy. That way, no, it's fucking man. Since you went live, shit, let me go live. You know, this is my first time going live, so we're just gonna see it.
It's somewhere
right there on the floor.
Well.
Damn, that felt good right now. I didn't expect that.
That was legit. Just more
and from Egypt, nigga.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy to me about this music shit right now, bro. Before, when I look at my Spotify shit, I just like LA and Houston and those cities just started listening to me.
Right.
Feel me? Like, but like a year ago, I was getting plays in Egypt and Paris, and like I was like international before I was even local
in Long Beach.
Feel me? Like even Long Beach, my own city, Long Beach still hasn't really picked up on this, nigga, but I'm like spreading across the fucking globe. That wasn't a Long Beach nigga that hit me right now, motherfucking. That was a motherfucking in Egypt. You know what I mean? Like that says something.
That's insane.
Like,
so right now, that's insane. Like right now, as we're sitting here in Long Beach, California, you're getting somebody who's connected to you. That's the beautiful thing about the internet. That you can just sit there and just like instantly something.
Yeah.
Some cat right now in Egypt.
It changed everything, man. And it's crazy because, you know, we those millennials, they call it.
Yeah.
90 babies, and we just caught that. Like, we caught that wave of instant information. And instant connection. Like, you know, the internet was booming by the time I was in high school. You know what I mean? Like, I had you remember those old Macs? With the big, clear blue blacks.
Big joints,
blacks. The blue backs and
blue
shit.
Back, They had like that little frosted, like, clear part in the blue. Yeah.
My mama brought home one of those.
Yeah.
That's actually my first time ever recording. Okay, you know, iMovie. I didn't know. Yeah. And you can't record and play beat at the same time. So I would have to time the beat. So I would listen to the beat and go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen to it, right? Keeping the count and then stop it, still counting in my head, and then hit record and then spit my rap on that same count without even hearing the fucking beat.
That's insane.
You feel me? Like just with no beat, and then stop, put that track with the beat, and then play it. And that's how I would make songs. Like the first time I ever recorded anything was like that. Like, and the only reason I was able to do that was because I knew how to count because I played instruments before I rapped.
Okay.
So like,
where did you start playing? What instruments did you play?
I started playing the flute.
Oh shit.
I learned how to play the flute when I was like 7. And then I played, once I got to middle school, I was in the marching band, the jazz band.
Okay.
Like, I played the drums, the quintuplets. And I played the saxophone for those who don't know.
I was on the saxophone I had.
Once I found out that the flute and the saxophone had the exact same keys, that one's just vertical, and it's a different wind instrument, obviously. But like, I just took this and went this, and this was way more like sexy and shit. You know what I mean? Like
with the sunglasses on.
Like it hit the saxophone and shit. It was way more. But my introducing music was that. It was playing music. I didn't hear rap till I was like 11. Till I was in marching band. I heard rap because I went to a ghetto middle school And my band teacher, you know, taught us how to play like Ludacris and Missy Elliott and all that
Oh, so
type
that's
of shit.
your introduction.
Yeah, and it was like, what the fuck is this? You know, like you just hear this nigga come on talking about, you know, Cadillac grills. Check out the holes my Cadillac feels like. And he's all animated and shit. Feel me? Like that shit was just mad, like inspiring. I felt like, yo, I could do this shit. Like, right. I could do this. I could rap.
That's one thing about rap, man. It gives you confidence. Like that bravado that you have, like it definitely, like because it's ours.
I think it's the bass. I think it's the drums. I think it's the external reminder of our heartbeat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I can definitely understand that. No, I feel that.
I feel like that because even now, because I got into a spell where I've been listening to like a lot of like older shit like James Brown and shit like, and so now when I go back and listen to rap, it sounds a little different to me now that I've been listening to all this other music, and now I kind of can hear the sheer force. It's like this force of I want to say masculine energy.
Okay.
In those drums, even though it's feminine.
Yeah.
It's really feminine energy, but there's this masculinity about it that feels empowering. And you can't help but to like...
Oh, you feel it, like
you
it
like,
resonates
you
with your
like,
DNA, like...
And then a person just gets on the microphone and just starts kicking off his shit, whether it's some personal deep shit, or it's just some bravado shit, just talking about some, you know, like, you think of it like this. It's like some physical shit. Like anything when you nod your head, that's a physical motion. But nodding your head to your body, to down to a cellular level, that's like you're saying yes constantly. Yeah. You're agreeing with this shit. You're just telling your whole body, your whole system, like yes, 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 yes.
It's
like
an affirmation of the entire experience.
Drums do that to you though. Drums make you go like that. Drums make you catch. You feel me? Like those type of rhythms that make that ingrain it into your system, which is what makes rap so powerful. Which is, you know, how I can see how rap has become such a powerful force in music. And it's especially how relatively young it is compared to all these other genres of music. Because before rap is barely even turning 30.
Yeah. It's funny when you sit when you look back and you see a lot of these artists and then the negative reaction they were getting to hip hop music at the time, because they were like, oh, this is fleeting, this is a phase, rap's not gonna stay. And here we are, like those cats were saying that in the late 70s, 80s, and now we're just deep in the game. It's not going anywhere.
It's not. It's transforming, bruh.
It's not.
Rap is becoming like global, bruh.
It's everywhere. Like you see it emulated, the style emulated in every culture on this planet right now. There's no denying it. This African American experience that's now being emulated on every continent. And you see it definitely in poorer communities. You see it like the kids in Japan, you see it like the kids in Korea, like with the whole with the ichima. You know what I'm saying? Those kids, when you sit there and you look at them, like these cats are coming from the poorest neighborhoods in Japan. Like, it looks clean, it looks whatever, but like culturally for them, like they are in their ghetto. Like they are hood kids trying to make it.
And that's what makes where the content of rap is going all the more important, because it's becoming so global. You feel me? Like one thing that I've realized now, I feel like, you know, we're in our 20s. And we're like, so now we are old enough to look back and like in retrospect and see how things affected you. And I could look back and see how when I first did get into rap and I was listening to 50 Cent and Snoop Dogg and all that type of shit, how that shit kind of like was molding my mind as a child. You know, like why was I gangbanging? You know what I mean? Like, you know, why was I robbing people, hitting licks and shit? Like, why did I felt like that was the answer? You know what I mean? Like, and I felt like that was the thing to do, and this was how I was gonna build my life, and this was gonna make me the man. You feel me? Like hitting these licks and selling these drugs and all that shit. Like, it wasn't my mama. My mama damn sure didn't pass that shit down. Feel me? Like,
for real, bro.
And I look back and it was the music. Feel me? Like it was rap. Feel me? Like we're so impressionable already as human beings. Furthermore, so as children. Feel me? Like, and That's why when I decided to make a rap tape, when I made the Art of Dying, my whole thought process was, I've got to say something. I've got to create something with the understanding that whether it's now or later, this shit is going to shape somebody's mind.
Right. Oh,
Period.
Yeah.
Feel me? Like, and when I made the Art of Dying, I was still doing, like, I just got off of doing like hella drugs and drinking all the time, and just doing everything I possibly could. Feel me? Like, to be high and be on and all that type of shit. Like, but I wouldn't rap about it. Feel me? Even my manager at the time was like, they try to get me to do collab. There's collaborations that I could have done that would have furthered my career already that I didn't do because I didn't want to talk about drugs. Feel me? And I literally went to the studio on drugs. And he was like, oh, and they played the record. And it's like, oh yeah, like this some drug shit. Like, the record was pretty much something along the lines of, it's really late and I ran out of drugs. So now I want to get some more drugs, but it's so late that my drug dealer's not answering. Yeah. So now I'm tripping. Yeah. But to me, it sounded like a fiend. Like, so pretty much I'm a fiend. Yeah. Like, that's the gist of the record.
The gist of it.
Is I'm a fiend. It's like, and I was like, yo, I don't want to do this collab. And it's like, I don't want to say no names, get sued and shit. But it's like, yo, I don't want to do this collab. It's like, why? It's gonna be a good look for you. Like, people gonna, whatever. And I'm just like, I know I'm on shit right now, but I don't want to promote it. I don't want to make it seem like the shit's cool. I'm not proud of this shit. Like, it's just something that I do. Like, like.
It's funny, man. Like, you see, like, a lot of cats that were like super heavy on lean.
Yeah.
And it's like it's too readily available. I mean, especially like the route of entry. Like, pills are already easy enough. Yeah. Then you just make it liquid form.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, this shit is heroin.
You know what's crazy about lean?
Heroin.
You know what's crazy about lean? And I will say name because he can't sue me. Well, I'm just crazy about lean is like Future is one of those like heavy lean pushers as far as like just into the culture, like
and like,
but the nigga don't really do it like that.
Exactly.
Feel me? Like, and the day that I seen the interview, and then he said it like, like I really don't do drugs like that. Feel me? Like, it's like he got all these fans, all these niggas sipping lean and popping hella Zans and shit, and this nigga is posted up, in the steam room drinking asparagus water and shit.
Exactly.
Right. Feel me? Like being healthy and shit. Feel me? Like
low-key vegan and shit.
Yeah, like vegan and shit. Feel me? Like he got everybody else like, and I couldn't be that. I don't want to be that person. No. Feel me? Like, and now because rap is going global, you don't have to be that person. Yeah. The world is not filled with motherfuckers that just want to be off the drugs all the time. The world is filled with people that just want to love. The world is filled with people that just want to grow. Evolve. Yeah. Feel me? Like, and I'm one of those people, so I just made that the focal point of my art. And now at this point, I'm just trying to expand it. Well, not trying to, I am expanding it just beyond the genre. Just break the genre shit. Right. Because I feel like that's a barrier on music right now. It's genre.
It feels like there's a lot of artists that are just like, they're stencil rappers. Like, in a sense, like they're just following this already laid out pathway because there's less resistance for them. It's like, we're gonna make this easy for you. We'll write your songs. We'll do all this shit, but we need your voice because your voice, like, people get inspired by it. They get excited by it. They wanna hear you. They wanna hear the story that we're writing down for you.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Lupe. Yeah. Like a couple years back before like Latest came out, and it was like, I walked into the studio, they already had the album written out. It's like, no, I'm not doing this because the shit that they were writing for him was not him. He wanted his voice to promote this idea, this ideology, and it wasn't conducive, and it didn't vibe with him because that's not who he was as a person.
Yeah, because the people really in this music that's really in this industry and shit and climbing through it, they understand that this music shit is magic.
Oh yeah,
it's frequency.
Oh yeah.
You feel me? Like, so like what you're saying, like, they wanted him to present this certain idea. It's a frequency that they want him to put out. You know what I mean? Like, the reason that they chose him or choose any of us to do any of this shit is based off frequency. Like, how attractive are you? When I say attractive, I don't mean attractive on the basic physical level. I mean you attract shit. Like, you attract people, you attract love, you attract whatever it is that you attract, and the more attractive you are, there's people that aren't that attractive. Hence, you know, the old, you know, fat white guy sitting up at the top of the office building. Feel me? Like, that nigga is not attractive. Feel me? Like, nobody gives a... If he walked out into the street, like, his word don't have no power out in the street.
Right.
Feel me? Like, okay, prime example. I seen this picture, and they showed a picture of the crowd at Donald Trump's inauguration. Right. Then they put that next to a picture of the crowd at Obama's inauguration. Right. And obviously Obama's crowd was bigger, obviously, so he's more attractive, right? But scratch that. Yeah. Then they showed a picture of a crowd for a Michael Jackson show.
Oh, God.
And the crowd for the Michael Jackson show just like was like 10, 20, 30 times the crowd of the presidential inauguration. Yeah. And that was about that's power. Yeah. Yo, like, more people want to hear what Michael has to say than what they want to hear what Obama has to say, or what Donald has to say, or what, like, world leaders in general have to say. Like, which also again shows the power in music. You feel me? Like, I honestly feel like musicians should be the next wave of politicians.
I mean,
Kanye 2020. Kanye for president 2020.
Oh my God! Like, that world would be. What would you imagine Kanye's president to be?
Kanye is president. No, you know who they're talking about, who may possibly run, even if it's a joke. The Rock.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yo,
I did see that.
If The Rock runs for president, yo, like,
y'all better get ready. Get your treadmills. Get that shit ready. Because we'll be the fittest this country's ever been.
If Dwayne The Rock Johnson becomes the president of the motherfucking United States of America, like, and you know what? The way they're setting shit up is so open for that to be a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, right now, look, not to, bash him, but I mean, he was a reality.
And it's not bashing. It's just like the reality. It's a generational shift, really.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, our generation, just from what I've seen, we don't really pay too much mind to politics like that, like how politics has been thus far. We don't pay that type of mind to it because we haven't really seen it affect our lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I turned Obama was president, like, in my late teens and shit. Like, that shit didn't affect my life. You know, people was like, oh, aren't you excited? You know, it's the first black president, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I felt like I was supposed to be excited. But then when I actually was going through my life and years have passed, 8 years, obviously, like, and that shit had no effect on me.
The day-to-day you.
Yeah, on anything. Yeah, like, yo, Kanye West has had more effect on my life in the past 8 years than Obama. Yeah. And that you take it how you want to. Feel me? Take it how you want to, like, but that's just how I feel. Feel me? Like, let's see, that's how people get in trouble.
I mean, but honestly and truly, I mean, that's why like older artists like Fela Kuti used to say, like, don't play with music.
Yeah.
You can't play with music because music has a soul, music has a purpose. So I mean, going back to what you said about even my Michael Jackson, like, this dude would have thousands of people just showing up trying to touch him.
Yeah.
Trying to see him.
Yo, they said at least 3,000 people per show pass out. Per show.
That's insane.
He has like
ain't no politician. Mitch McConnell ain't got nobody.
Oh shit! It's Obama.
There's some old black grandmas that show up.
Yeah,
fade out a little bit.
True that.
But nah, you're not getting that happening for everybody's politician. That's not happening. But the musicians of the day, 1,000%. 1,000%. Uh-oh, here it comes. What you got?
Oh shit. We shouted out Egypt. It's on the podcast. It's gonna be on the podcast.
Oh, my homegirl, she said, yeah, I want it, I need it. She's like, I'm smoking. She's like, Time Cities and Blue Winds, marching band. That's what's up. I fucks with you. Shout out Teddy K, my man. He just came in. Shout out to you, bro. I see you doing the live thing.
Y'all never went live, bro. So this is the first time I went live, so it's with you, because you ain't here. Yeah, I'm from California. I'm from Los Angeles. Born and raised. Of all places to be born, I was born in this motherfucker. I could have been born in buttfuck Alabama.
Yeah.
In a shack somewhere, but I wasn't. I was born in Los Angeles. That's weird to me.
What's up, y'all? So, I'm pretty sure you noticed this shouldn't be in the show, but during the editing, the video camera overheated and it shut down, and none of the indicator lights went off. So I could only preserve the audio, and because of the way we had it set up, my audio got cut off. But I wanted to still be able to give it to y'all and give it to y'all as best as I could. So edit it and upgraded it as much as possible. So hopefully y'all can enjoy this first show. There's definitely gonna be more to come, and I appreciate y'all's patience, and I thank you for tuning into the night show.
No, is that shit weird to you? Like,
the luck and the chance of all this fucking happening is insane.
yo,
People who you are in the time frame that you are in the city,
yeah,
and like people like you bump into each other, misuse each other, and all this other shit. It's like you don't understand like what hasn't happened in order for all of us to exist.
yeah.
Like so many things had to go right and wrong for you to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like,
Yeah. The seekers of events.
as we're swirling through space, doing thousands of miles an hour, circling around a fucking red fireball.
Yeah. Yo, we are literally, hey, y'all ever think about the fact that we are literally on a floating crystal ball? It's like filled with gold and amethyst and granite and marble, like just this big ass crystal ball that we're rolling on.
By the way, it's the only one you can live on.
Hey, yeah, and it's covered in water. It's like 80% ocean, and it's flying through space as we speak. You know what I mean? Like, around. Somebody said Chance the Rapper. Chance the Rapper touched you tonight. What does?
Whoever got touched by Chance the Rapper.
Hey, he said, we got a villa in Cairo if we ever in Egypt.
Oh, that's lit. You got a villa in
Homie.
Cairo? I'll be on that.
I'm definitely trying to go. I'm definitely trying to go to motherfucking Egypt. What does True Heru mean? True Heru? Well, True Heru. Well, y'all know who Heru is? Like, ancient wise? Heru? So, Heru, most people know it as Horus. Now, Horus is what, the Greeks called it once they got to Kemet and, learned all the shit and then, renamed everything. So, like, yeah. Sound mad familiar, don't it? Oh, Horus is like the offspring of Osiris and Isis, which the original African names of that was Asar and Aset. Asar and Aset birthed Heru. So Heru is like the original Jesus story. Yeah, the original sun god story. Heru is the sky god. Like, that's what that's what else I was raised on, spirituality and shit. Like, yeah, you heard of it? Yeah. You said I'd die if Heru touched my hand. It's working. I'm going pop. Like,
I'm CPR certified in case anybody passes out.
Hold on, I need to. Where's the fucking? Oh, I can't. I'm not trying to promote alcohol. Where's the whiskey?
It's crazy how many people. My buddy Octavius, besides you, Octavius, he was speaking to me not too long ago, and he was saying like this renaissance, he called it, which is what it is, the proper term of folks who are now becoming a lot more aware of like old, like ancient spiritual systems and coming back to it. It just seems like it's all cyclical, and like that is making folks have more pride in themselves.
Yeah.
Having more love for themselves. Like,
Yeah.
ego is dropping these days. Like folks are really starting to be like, maybe this is the route I really need to be
Yeah.
The big three, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, are not feeling like helping.
Yeah.
And it's just like you need more answers.
Yeah.
More clarity, more understanding.
And it's the understanding that the answers are outside of you.
Yeah.
And what most of the obviously the general major religions do is put that search outside of yourself. Like, you know, if you come through me, I will give you the answers.
Yeah.
You know, like they pretty much they like the religions is like middleman, and they like middleman like a drug deal. Like, but you can get high directly if you just go straight to the motherfucking source. Like, and that's where we at. That's us.
Exactly. I was talking to one of my friends the other day online, and she was saying, she's struggling. I don't want to say struggling, but she's got some questions.
Mm.
And I was directing her to some passages. I grew up in a Christian home. Like both my grandmother on my mom's side and my grandfather on my dad's side, they both pastors, reverends, and stuff. So
Yeah.
I already had that information locked in. So like when you sit there and you're looking at passages in the Bible and it's saying like you are God.
Yeah.
And it's like it's sprinkled in there, and it's like, oh, why am I seeing like text or posts from Jesus saying like I'm God?
Yeah.
Like these are things that have been lost, but it's buried in there.
Yeah.
They have this one story about I think it's Jacob. I want to say it's Jacob, and he goes into the wilderness, which for me is an interpretation of them going into their subconscious mind.
Yeah.
Usually, especially in that region, in that time period, these cats out here doing DMT.
Yeah.
So when they talk about like I went to the wilderness for like 40 days and 40 nights, like
Yeah.
anybody who's been in that type of situation, from what I've read, like that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
And it's like you lose track of time, and short periods of time can seem like hours.
Yeah.
Being into it, like this.
I'm definitely into psychedelics. I've been on DMT.
What was that like for you?
So
I've only read about it.
DMT. Okay, so I had LSD before I had DMT, and LSD was like fucking like, wow. Like it was like I realized one. How can I compare them? Like LSD made me go inside myself. DMT made me go outside myself. So like when I took DMT and I walked outside and everything just seemed much more vivid. You know, I hate when people treat psychedelics like hallucinogens, because they're not really, you don't really hallucinate. You're not seeing shit that's not there, and that's the shit that they spread to the public that scares the fuck out of people. Like, oh, I'll never want to try that because I don't want to be seeing shit that's not there. Like, you're not gonna see no shit that's not there. If you only gonna see what's in you, you only gonna see what's really there. You gonna see what's really there. Like, you'll see the life in the trees. Feel me? You'll see how this tree. If I was off either one of them, if I was off any of those psychedelics right now, and I was looking at this tree, I could see how it is constantly forming itself. Yeah. That it doesn't just exist in a solid state. Like, but you can literally fucking see it. I don't know how else to really describe it. Like, it's just totally like, it's like, you ever seen like a kaleidoscope and then you twist it, and the images and the colors and the patterns are constantly coming out of itself and out of itself, and that's what it looks like. But when you look at live things, when you look at things that aren't live, you could feel it. You could feel the coldness of being inside these walls. Feel me? Like, you could feel.
Trying to look at a television, like if you were in that mindset,
it's difficult. Yeah. It's difficult because your mind, you become aware of the trick that your mind is playing by even watching the television. Like that false sense of interacting with other human beings. Yeah. Yeah, like you feel like you watching. It's like you watch TV shows, and it's like you feel like you're experiencing this person's family, or experiencing this comedy or this drama or this thriller. Like, your mind is taking it in as an actual event. Your mind doesn't separate fantasy from reality. Like, that's like when you watch a car accident in a movie, your mind responds to it like you're having a car accident. Yeah. Feel me? Like, yeah, and the damaging part of that, which is something that I had never thought of until I read this book about television, was that we've now trained our minds to not react to shit when it's happening. you subconsciously done it. You've watched so many action movies. You've watched so many movies of you know, of murder and death and all types of shit, that now literally when people see shit out in the world, it's hard to react because their brain has constantly been teaching them to see shit happening and not react because it's like not real. To the effect that real shit be going on in the world and people just be standing there like, this can't be real. Is this really happening? And it's like, yeah, and then they put it on TV pretty much. Like they put it on, and it's like that is a mental block that we've created. Like, you know, and so being on a psychedelic where everything's all amplified and shit, like you see that shit, feel me? Like, and you see them just pumping shit to you, feel me? Like you a commercial comes on and it's like, I don't want this shit. I wasn't even thinking about this shit. You feel me? Like you see how fake they are, like they're acting. This is the best. This is the best stove cleaner I've ever used. Feel me? OxyClean gets all the stains out. I won't use anything else. And it's just like, but who gives a fuck? Like, you know, you don't think it's not some shit that you be thinking about on your average day. Feel me? Like, you know, like or especially shit where it comes to like medicine. And it's like, do you have anxiety? Are you sad? Which most people are. Feel me? Like, you know.
Like,
Yeah.
oh man, I'm gonna die one day. You know, like, am I gonna find somebody that's gonna like love me?
You should. Yeah.
Like, every human being has had those thoughts throughout history, so you're not alone.
Yeah, you should take this, or even shit like a Corona commercial, and they create this image that your idea. They give it to you. Your idea of relaxing is you on the beach with a Corona. You know, I've tried it. To be on the beach with a Corona, and it didn't do shit. Feel me? I didn't feel no more at peace with my situation because I was sitting in the beach chair with a Corona, like the commercial. Feel me? Like, you know, like it wasn't a getaway. Like it's just the falsehood in it. Where the fuck is the whiskey?
He said he's on his way. He just got off the
Let me see.
Oh, okay, cool. You just got off.
I keep trying to go live, but it keeps dying because my battery's not charged. Yo, these people saying some shit, yo. Yo, this nigga said you have no idea how poppin' you are out here in Egypt. He's like, they have T-shirts of you out here. Yo, like, I don't know. You text me and say he on the way? Who you talking about?
I was texting you, but you were on the live stream, and I didn't want to.
Are you talking about Charlie or Larry? Larry?
Yeah, Larry's in Long Beach. He just got off. Gonna stop at a store, and then he needs the address.
Yeah. He's coming with the first bottle.
We'll wrap it up before they get here. Just to, we won't make this thing too long. Keep posting days.
I feel like we talked about a lot already.
We got to a lot of shit. Real quick. I love it. It's still on, but the screen will go black just to make the screen will go black just to keep it from overheating.
Man. Whew. It was interesting though, because the one person just said, are you going to make more stuff? Are you going to make another album like The Art of Dying, or are you going to make stuff more along the lines of The Red Flower? And that's interesting to me because I didn't know they were paying attention to it like that.
Right.
So now it's like a blessing and a curse. Now it's like a blessing because it's like, okay, I kind of see what people, what they want from you.
Right.
Like at the same time, it's like, okay, now I'm going to be self-conscious when I'm making music moving forward.
You gotta have a standard for yourself.
Yeah.
You're never gonna be able to make everybody happy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be completely unsatisfied. Like, oh man, you'll have the folks that want to they want to keep hearing the same you.
Yeah.
It's like that Kanye complex. It's the college dropout.
Yeah. We want the old Kanye. Like, oh shit. Yeah.
But I mean, like, if you're a person, like, there's never a point in your life where like you're gonna be that stationary. Like, you have to keep evolving.
Yeah, and that's important for me. Yo, it's crazy because I was just writing a song yesterday, and that's what it's about pretty much. And it's like the feeling of I've just recently entered a space where like people are like my friends and stuff. I start not to really treat me like their friend. It starts to like you start to become like an idea. Like, and I've read about it you know, you watch movies about how that happens to people, but to start to experience it, like, you know, you the idea of you starts to overpower that reality of you, you know, and like, and that's something that I'm trying to like channel right now while it's still small. This is like small scale what I'm experiencing right now, but I know that it's only gonna get deeper.
It's crazy, man. Like, cause I'm talking to this young lady right now, and it's a long distance little thing, and it's the same thing with any type of relationship. You can fall in love with the idea, the potential of a person.
Yeah.
You know, the person you think they could be if they did X, Y, and Z with their life, or if they did this.
Yeah.
But it's just like you have to really like accept folks for who they are.
Yeah.
And let them just evolve from the person they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Not try to manipulate them into the person that you want them to be.
And see, that's the wild thing about that is that's on the personal, like person to person relationship level. When you talking about doing like, you know, anything that's publicly is viewed, like, you know, you make yourself a figure, you don't even like, they can never actually really accept you for you because they'll never know you. You feel me? Like, so like I get all these DMs and shit talking, you know, like I love you and, you know, you changed my life or you got me through some times and, you know, I just love you so much. And I appreciate it. I'm not knocking it. I appreciate it and I love the love, but I also know that what they're in love with is an idea of me. It's the idea that they've shaped based on what they've heard and what they've seen. Feel me? Like, and that I'll never really truly be able to turn to them personally, no matter how many times they say they love me, no matter, you know, how many, I don't know, no matter what. Feel me? Like, and that's something that I'm trying to learn to deal with. So I'm in the space where I'm trying to create a circle around me to kind of keep me grounded. Feel me? So I do feel like on a personal note, I can turn to something. I don't want to like, you know, end up being like lonely and depressed and like, but you have all this success and shit, but you're unhappy. And I can't let that be me. I don't want to be that guy. Feel me? Like,
it's super easy too, especially when you start getting fame.
Yeah.
Mixing fame into it because I mean, fame isn't really fucking real.
Yeah.
It's just like you gotta talk about first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this person on a pedestal. I'm gonna get them the lights. I'm gonna make them look perfect at all times.
Yeah.
Lust after them, not necessarily in a sexual way, but like
Lust. Yeah.
like their life.
Mm.
That you get to see the snips.
Yeah.
Like, they don't see you like when you wake up in the morning. You got a little drill, like, oh. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the little snips they get to see. They get to see the perfect product that is you, your artwork, like all that.
Yeah, and that's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
It's a blessing because now, especially with the internet, anybody can portray themselves any way they want to.
There's a lot of people out here doing scams.
Yeah. You can portray yourself, and that's a blessing because now that gives you the power to kind of be what you want to be who you want to be. I think it's a curse because then it takes away from you actually utilizing that power to be what you want to be in your real life. That's like the people like now you're living for Instagram. You're living for a look on Instagram. You're not actually trying to live that lifestyle. Like for you in your everyday life. Like that bottle you drinking, that's just right now. That ain't no shit that you do on the regular film. Like, but you portray it as if, yeah, this is what the fuck I do, but it's not what you do. And you put so much energy into this short term shit, this like real quick fix microwave type shit that you don't actually build it for yourself. So then when I run into your ass on the streets, feeling like when I run into you at a show or something, like you ain't him, you ain't her. Feel me? Like, yeah, a shell of a person.
Yeah, exactly. A shell of a person, man. They are perpetrating this false reality, and they're trying to prop it up. Like, I'm gonna keep doing this until I become that person that I'm trying to be.
Yeah.
Become the person you're trying to be.
Yeah.
What you trying to do? Trying to work out? Trying to become a race car driver? Like,
yeah. Yo,
get out there and get it.
I wanna say this before we wrap it up, just because you said that. It's just there's a concept that I used to face with growing up and going into my adulthood and shit that I felt like I finally figured out how to overcome, and I know most people are still going through it right now. And it's this concept of finding yourself. The thought that you talk to a lot of people, what do you do? Or I'm trying to find myself, or one day I hope that I could find myself. And that sentence in itself is a trick. It's a trick of the mind that I have to find myself. Because in all reality, you have always been yourself. You may not like what you've been, but it's you. You feel me? Like, it's you. And the statement is not, the statement should be changed. It should be taught differently, even to the following generations. It's not, we're not finding ourselves. We're creating ourselves. You create yourself. You don't gotta find what you love. Create what you love. What the fuck do you like to do? Feel me? Like, what sparks a fire in your soul, yo? Feel me? Like, what drive? Like, what could you do for the rest of your life? and be okay with that. Feel me? Like, with the ups and downs and everything. Like, what is that? And create it. You don't find that shit. You don't find you. Feel me? Like, all the time I was trying to find myself, I was constantly putting it in front of me. Like, it was something that wasn't already happening. Feel me? Like, and as soon as I realized that I am myself, and that whatever it is that I'm gonna be is totally based on what I create, then that whole weight of trying to find myself was lifted off my shoulders. And I feel like the more people begin to understand that, the world will start to change. Like, the environment will start to change. Like, people stop looking out there, because you're it already. And that's what I have to say.
And yeah, we don't get any deeper than that because that's about as deep you fucking go. I'm gonna end it right there.
All right.
That shit was awesome. Yo, bro, thank you for fucking agreeing to come up, man. Like,
Love.
super fucking random, but this shit is all positive. I love it.
Yo, and I love this and I support this, and feel me, like, much love, success, and prosperity to you. And we could bring this back around for a second round, like a year from now, see where I'm at, see where you at. Feel me? Like, the night show. Anything can happen at the night show. Right. Woo! Let's drink.